All right, I wanted to make this update video because I will no longer be trading at Schwab. This account will be gone in the next couple of days. So before I lose all of this data, I wanted to share with you how I did so far this year in this account just one last time. And also, this is kind of a way for me to have this somewhere stored so that I can come back to if I want. So let's take a peek in. All right, so here we are. This is my Think or Swim. You can see my Schwab account number there, date and time, real-time data. You can show it's connected. And I've already withdrawn all of my cash from this account, which is why the account status shows as this account has no available buying power and then a day equity call there. So there's zero cash in here now. And if I come into here and toggle off the privacy setting, as I always do, to show that this is not a screenshot, and then come down to here, overall P&L year to date shows 566K and some change. Okay, now this is one of my accounts, and I haven't used this account since the beginning of July. So this is about 6 months of trading on this account, which is pretty nice. Now, for the big question, why am I not using Schwab anymore? Well, I couldn't tell you the exact reason why, because Schwab can't tell me the exact reason why. So if you're not aware, Schwab has been doing some house cleaning and they've been kicking off traders for business decision. So there's not much really that I can tell you except just my own personal experience through this whole process. So around June is when I started to notice reports of traders getting kicked out of Schwab. I personally knew a few and also saw reports online on Reddit and all of that. And apparently most of them were warned in the past for having too many orders, taking too many trades in a single day. I believe Schwab's threshold is 500 trades per day, and they were hitting well above that. For me, I've never gotten any type of warning about that from Schwab. I did get it once before when it was TD Ameritrade, and their limit was 390 shares, which I always thought was an odd number to set it at. But they kind of reached out and said, hey, try to keep your orders below 390. So I was like, okay, cool. Thanks for letting me know, because it was still pretty early on in my trading career. So that was a number I was always conscious of. Then beginning of July, it was just a normal trading day for me. And it was like the last hour of the day. And I still remember I tried shorting IQ and it rejected my order, and then a message popped up saying my account was blocked. And I was like 99% sure about what just happened because of what I've been seeing and what's been transpiring with the other traders. So I looked at my account and I checked how many orders I did that day, and it was about 300. Now you might think 300 is a lot. What the fuck are you trading? But it's not. So if I get in a trade and get out of it, that counts as 2 orders. Okay, then that means I took 150 trades. Not really. Because when I short something on an uptick, which is most shorts for me since I focus on gapping stocks, I don't throw one order out and have it sit there. I sometimes break it down into smaller orders because I'm trying to get filled something, just anything. So for example, my one order of 5,000 shares, I may instead break it down to 5 1,000 share orders. Some would get filled, some just partial, some nothing. But those multiple orders are being counted as individual trades, even if my intention is this one single trade. The system obviously doesn't know that, so the count goes up. And when I'm getting out, even on long positions, those I can get out with one order, right? No, not always with Schwab, because I've had many times where I had a large order, which is anything more than 10,000 shares, and I try to get out in one shot, and sometimes it just gets held. My market order to close will just sit there while it's blowing through my stops, and it's just laying there sipping on a pina colada on vacation until like 10 to 15 seconds later, it will finally get filled. And I see on the level 2 that there's plenty of shares on the bid and the ask, so it's definitely not a liquidity issue. Even aside from that, I mean, a market order, I should get filled anyway, even if it means getting slippage. So I've had to call in multiple times about this issue in the past, and most times they will check their system and see that my order was sitting there, and then they will make the price adjustment for me, which is fair. But I would ask them, like, why does this happen? Why is my order get stuck? It's a market order. It shouldn't be doing that. There's plenty of shares on the bid and the ask. I don't see what the issue is. And they said that larger orders, which is anything more than 10,000 shares, will get routed differently and may take more time to get executed. So I asked, how can I prevent this from happening in the future? I don't want to have to keep dealing with this issue and calling it in. And they said the best way to close out larger orders without issue is to phone it in. I was like, phone it in? Who has time to do that, right? I'm an active trader. I'm trading volatile stocks. I mean, might as well be sending a damn pigeon to close out the orders then, because by the time I open my phone, the trade's going to be gone. So they're like, okay, then instead they recommended that I break down my orders into smaller lots so that it's not getting routed some weird ways and it's not going to get held. So instead of getting out 10,000 shares at once, now I would maybe break it down to 5,000 share orders to get out, or like 2,000 share orders, something like that. And after I started doing that, I never had an issue with my orders being held again, but it just got annoying to do. And of course, there's times I get slippage now trying to get out in lots. So as an active trader who trades all day open to close, now 300 isn't some crazy number. Now, having said all that, again, I have never been warned or flagged by Schwab for this. I've never received any phone calls, no emails, no bat signal, no Morse code, no nothing. So I was kind of disappointed to see that this has happened to me. So I reached out to them to confirm, and they're like, yeah, it shows business decision. Your account will be closed. And nobody can tell me the exact reason why. I mean, anybody that I talk to, they just tell me it literally just says business decision on their notes, and that's all they know. So one thing they suggested for me to do is wait for my mail. So they're sending out a letter that can possibly have more information about this closure. I received the mail about a week later, and there's absolutely no new information in there. Just complete disappointment. It still says just business decision. So I call in again, and same thing. I can't get connected to anyone that knows the exact reason why or even knows a hint of what's going on. They're talking like as if Charles Schwab himself is the only one that knows and can tell me. So I switch gears and I ask, is there a way you can keep my account open if you charge me commission on my trades? Now, at this point, I'm just assuming it's the same reason as everybody else, too many trades. So this would maybe solve that issue. So now they give me a new number to call. Aha, I'm further in. So I call in and I explain to whoever's on the other side of what's happening. And she's like, I don't know why they gave you my number. This is like a credit department type of deal, but let me go and try to find out. So she talks to her supervisor, and then same thing. They can't find any other information. Literally on their notes, they're telling me, I'm like, is it something you're not telling me that you can't tell me and there is a reason? Or do you really not know? And they're like, I literally do not know. It's just says business decision. I'm sorry, I can't help you further than that. And I asked him, like, straight up, did I do something illegal here? Like, why is my account being closed? Like, why does this happen? Like, I have zero idea. Like, some other people, they may have an idea because they were warned, but I've had zero warning about anything. I've never had an issue. So why is this account closure happening? They're like, I mean, if it was something illegal, it would definitely be a more serious situation. SEC would be involved. Your money would be locked up and all of that. But they're just like, yeah, you can take your money out whenever. You're allowed to close the existing positions you have in your accounts, but you just can't make any new trades. I even tried making an appointment at my local branch to walk into so I could talk to them in person, but they're just like, no, we probably know less here than the trade desk. You'll probably just be wasting time. Don't even bother. But I figured I'd let you know since I'm pretty open about my trading here on this channel. And I figured sooner or later, I would probably have to address this anyway, because you'll be like, why aren't you trading on Schwab anymore? But yeah, I've been spending the past month trying to get an answer for me, trying to get an answer for you. And all I'm stuck with is just business decision. But yeah, on the bright side, as you can see, I'm doing pretty well this year. Between this account and my other day trading account, we are hitting 7 figures already. This is like a breakout day trading year for me for sure. But it just sucks that I won't be able to trade on Thinkorswim anymore because I'll be losing the penny stocks, which is a big punch in the gut for me. Because I haven't found any other free platform out there that allows me to short stocks that are under $1. So we'll have to make the adjustments, push forward, and on to the next chapter. Thank you for listening. As always, I appreciate you being here. I hope to see you on the next one. Peace.